Lady Queen Zena Bevel at 718-253-7273.
Hang on mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better. This Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, the fireside's blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here, my world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town they do. This Christmas, fireside's blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Shake a hand, shake a hand now. Fireside blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Shake a hand, shake a hand. Merry Christmas. Welcome. Hello. You're visiting, you're watching, you're listening to Evenings with Eleanore, the day after Christmas, on brooklynstation.com and King and Queen Radio. We're coming to you from Midwood, Brooklyn, the home of a lot of folks, including me. And I know a lot of you are home for Christmas to Brooklyn. You kept sending me emails, and we'd like to welcome you back home for the holidays. And if you're available, stop by the show. Let us hear from you. Let us talk to you about being home for the holidays. I'm welcoming you to Evenings with Eleanore, and I'm hoping that your holiday was overflowing with love and family and friends and the spirit of giving, a thankful heart, and lots of good food. I also hope your team won, because if your house was like my house, everybody was in front of every TV watching their favorite game and their favorite team, while some of us were working our fingers to the bone. But nevertheless, I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas day, and that spirit year. And we're looking forward to the New Year's celebration. But before we get there, I'd like to thank my guests last week. I know you guys had a lot to say about Alan McGreer. I'd like to thank him for sharing his life experiences, his musical journey, his contributions to the industry. His contributions like writing Square Biz with Tina Marie. It's no small feat. And I also thank you, Alan, for your humanitarian efforts. I know you're hard at work for the rights of man, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, quote unquote, going there during our interview. Once again, my guest last week was Alan McGreer, the writer of Tina Marie's Square Biz and the bassist for Rick James and quite a few other folks. And we love you, Alan. We hope you pay us a return visit. Tonight, my guest is in transit. I'm hoping that she gets here before the show ends. I know that the holidays have been pretty difficult for a few of you, and rescheduling we are able to do around here. But my good friend Michelle is coming in from New Orleans. Michelle is a jazz singer. We met from the Jazz Network. And I think you're going to love her work, providing she can get here in time. Travel safely, Michelle. I'd like to remind you also that if you need a platform to showcase your act, promote your project, or just discuss a topic of interest to us all, or just showcase your unique self, send us your link here at eveningswitheleanore@gmail.com, and I promise you we'll check it out. We'll contact you with a date so you can showcase your wares to over 40 million folks all over the globe. We have a huge audience here at brooklynstation.com, King and Queen Radio, and we invite you to tune in every week to all the great stations on the show. I want to thank the Tilden crew who sent me lots of emails this week. Speaking of people that are in town for the holidays, I know a lot of you from the Tilden area in East New York and also Flatbush are in town. And you're tuning in because the messages are coming. And it's nice to be remembered by all of you. I thank you so much. To be thought of fondly, I kind of like that, and I appreciate that. And just to know that you're watching the show is much, much appreciated. Thank you so much. We are, of course, celebrating the holidays, but we have to celebrate life across the globe, whether there are happy times or sad times. And I just want to give recognition to the group 17 in Indonesia. We all watched as they were performing during the tsunami. And of course the group was lost except for one member. I'd like to extend my condolences. And I also understand that I have a call, but let me finish this thought if I would. Musicians are out there giving their best. And believe me, to go down with the ship, it's tragic. And I appreciate 17 doing their job. I'm sorry for your loss. And my heart goes out to the people of Indonesia and other areas of the world who suffered great loss over the holidays or at any time during the year. Our thoughts are with you, our prayers are with you. And reach out to us here. If there's something you need, maybe we can assist with a GoFundMe or we are known for charitable contributions here at the station. Give us a call. Evenings with Eleanore at gmail.com. Holly, I'd like to get to the caller. Is the caller there?
Yes, how you doing? This is Jerome, a.k.a. Cracker Jack from Central Islip.
How are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
Well, Jerome, as he says, he's from Long Island, Central Islip, New York. And I know that you're probably in town for the holidays because I know you relocated to Boston. Welcome home for the holidays. How are you?
I'm good. Actually, I'm in South Carolina right now.
South Carolina? Ooh, you bypassed home.
After the switch.
How's the family? Everybody good?
Yes, everybody's groovy.
Everybody's groovy.
Yes.
I know that you were producing music.
Yes.
How's that going?
Everything's going well. We have a couple of artists that we're working with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully sometime in March we'll be able to release them. Then hopefully everything goes well with that. But in the meantime, we're getting all the website set up. So sometime next week I'll call you and I'll give you all the information so all the people could, go online and check it out and give a thumbs up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I know that here we showcase people that are in different walks of life, different professions, and I know at one point you were in the catering business. And I know that a lot of my friends who are great cooks are in demand around the holidays. And I know that you probably did your best for your family, your holidays, because you're a great cook. How's your chef tasks going these days?
Everything's going great with that. Like you said, I'm in a new location,
Mm-hmm.
and the people there get a new taste,
Mm-hmm.
and I got good response, and they're like, "Oh man, this is really good.
Good.
You should start up one out here." But I'm in the mix right now, so like I said, I'm doing the music thing, so maybe sometime like in November, I'm gonna open up a catering out in Boston.
Because I know you were good at it, and I know that you are very health conscious. We
Yeah.
talked constantly about gluten-free and vegan foods and southern foods and comfort foods, and I know that your catering business was doing pretty good on the island. But music has your heart, that I know.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the music that you're producing. Is it, what genre? Is it rap? Is it soul? Is it dance?
We have various. We have
Awesome.
a reggaeton artist. We have a reggae artist.
Mm-hmm.
We have a hip hop artist, and we have a R&B artist.
Awesome.
Yes, me and a gentleman named Tom Simpson from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
We are working with them right now. Like I said, hopefully sometime in March, between March and April, we're gonna release them. And sometime next week I'll call and I'll give you the website information.
Well, just to pick your brain for a minute, are your artists local artists? Are they from Boston, from South Carolina, from Long Island, Brooklyn?
Oh, they from all over. One of them is from the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
The other one is from Colombia,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is from Queens, actually.
Queens. Hi, Queens.
Yes.
I know we have a large audience in Queens. I just want to say hello and thank you guys for checking in, because I do get emails from Jamaica Estates, from Hollis, And I do get a lot of emails from Flushing. I used to live in Flushing, so I appreciate you guys remembering me and checking in. And Jerome, I think you and I were working on a tune when I lived in Brooklyn last.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I can't remember, was that tune completed or was it due for a remix or something?
I think it was due for a remix.
Yes.
You see,
yes.
but now you're in Boston, so now we've got to do the Dropbox thing.
Yes, we have to definitely correspond.
But
you know what? After your segment, you know, after you off air, we should correspond and see how we're going to make this work. So we could introduce it to the world so they can hear what we're working with.
Also, I know that we had worked on some graphics for the project. We had gotten pretty far with the project, and you relocated.
Yes.
Not that we haven't been in touch, but it's not like I can run down to your house so you can run down to mine.
Right.
But it's great to stay in touch with you. Tell us about some of the things that you have worked on in the past, because I know that you had a couple of tracks released while you were in Long Island. Where can we find those online? Can we find them online?
Oh, actually, unfortunately, not at this time.
Okay.
Because, you know, when I relocated, you know, I was going through my personal issues. So
okay.
I had took everything
Well,
down. But like I said, in the near future, I would definitely, you know, resurface. And so everybody will get a fresh ears, fresh, you know, thoughts on the music that's going to resurface. So therefore, we have my music on there, the artist's music, and it's just going to be a whole new venture.
Well, I know you were revamping, as I said, and I'm just happy that you're back and thrilled that you took the time to call the show.
Sure. Yes.
This is the platform to showcase new projects, new artists, and you are a character in yourself. I mean, you're a very interesting person. You are leading a very interesting life. And when your project is released, I would like very much to have you on the show to talk about it.
That would be perfect. And I'll be glad to accept the invitation.
Is there anything that you want to play for us over the phone to give us a little treat?
Oh, like I said, at this present moment, I don't have anything.
Well,
everything is locked away right now.
If I didn't ask the hard questions.
Yes.
But
well,
thank
it doesn't hurt to ask.
I had to ask, you know that.
Yes.
Thanks, Jerome, for calling in.
You're welcome, and you have a great New Year's, and it was a pleasure speaking with you.
Same
and
here.
you'll definitely hear from me again.
I hope so. Thanks, Jerome.
And God bless.
God bless. Happy holidays to you.
You too.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jerome Rickenbacker. He is a good friend and producer. I would say a friend for life because I've been knowing him quite a few years. As he said, he is in South Carolina. He's a Long Island, New York boy, relocated to Boston, doing some traveling during the holidays. But we should look for new music from his company. I tried, as you heard, I tried very hard to get some information, but he's very secretive, which means that it must be the bomb. And we're looking for you, Jerome. Thank you again for calling in. If you've been watching the news and the holidays, you know, there have been ups and downs over the holidays, like the Dow had the worst day in history since 2011, and today it had the best day in history. it flip-flops. It's nerve-wracking because it used to be quarterly, maybe you would get a change in the market for those of us that do play a little bit in the market. But now, somebody could say a couple of words, make a statement, a gesture, raise their eyebrow, and that would tilt the scale pro or con. You know, and I'm thinking that keeps happening. It fluctuates. Your stomach fluctuates. And with affordable health care being declared unconstitutional, which should be unconstitutional in itself, we're going to need affordable health care with the market. If the market keeps flip-flopping like that. What do you think, Holly? I think so, right? I need affordable health care, that's for sure. Another day like last week, oh man, especially with my friend, let's see, Louis Pushkin. He is in Virginia. And of course, he's heavily into the stock market, day trading, and he's pretty good at it. And we correspond. He gives me pointers. He's much better at it than I am, but I absolutely love playing the market and shifting and high risk, and it's something new, and I like something new. But I'd much rather be playing with other folks' money, but what can a girl do? One of the things I'd like Holly to do right now is, Holly, do we have any Christmas music in there? I love Donny Hathaway. Thank you for playing that track for me.
You're welcome.
I love it. I've also talked to my daughter, Dion. She will be coming in
Next week.
to do some songs for us. I can't guarantee next week. Kids are going back to school.
She said yes. Not this Monday, but next
That's
week.
right. That's right. Next week she's coming in. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Holly, I'd like to thank Holly, give her a very, very special Christmas thank you. It's been 4 months now. We've been here since September 12th,
Yes.
about 4 months. And, right?
Yes.
And it's been wonderful working with you. I want to
Same
thank
here.
you for making it run like a top. I mean, we've had our little issues. Even last week, people kept saying, I couldn't hear Alan. I could hear him. He was going in, he was going out. But hey, what can we do?
I heard it on my
I
phone.
heard every word, maybe because I was sitting here.
That's
But
what-
Alan, that probably means you got to come back and repeat yourself. Or more.
There's
That would
video. There's video.
Absolutely.
And
There is
there's-
video.
And there's audio.
There is video.
Yes. and
There is audio.
That's right.
So Google
That's right.
Evenings with Eleanore, and you will hear every word. You will see every gesture from September 12th until this day. Livestream.com at KNQ Radio
Yes.
and YouTube.com King and Queen Radio.
That's right.
Now, Holly, nowhere in my notes tonight do I have the phone number to the station.
Yes, you do.
718.
Yes, that. You know it.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
You do. Oh, boy.
¿Qué pasa? Thank you.
You're welcome.
See? Teleprompter. We're looking for a teleprompter. If you'd like to donate a
I
teleprompter.
beg your pardon. You don't need no help around here.
We have 2 numbers.
But there's openings for DJs and hosts of their own show.
Oh, cool. Okay. There's public service announcements. Holly is making announcements, which I will repeat in a second. But getting back to the number to call in for the station, it's 718-676-0820, 718-253-4239. And I'm going to leave it where I can see it because there are so many numbers in my head. Some of the things that I'd like to talk to you about tonight is reflecting on the year. You know, we're celebrating holidays, you know. Every culture is celebrating their holidays right about now, or from September. And we'd like to recognize that the Kwanzaa holiday starts today. And there are quite a few events around New York where you can attend some of the Kwanzaa festivities. In case you don't know what Kwanzaa is, we had a guest on not long ago, H.E. Kamiko, the ambassador of peace, who had a relative that was instrumental in Kwanzaa becoming a holiday. Kamiko, thanks for touching base with me this week. Also sending me your new track. It's awesome. I love it. I think we played it on the show. Thank you for your work. And I want to thank you for sending me the Kwanzaa information. It's a relatively new holiday. It's celebrated in the U.S. It's observed from December 26th to January 1st. It culminates in gift giving and a big feast. I want you to know that most of the museums around the city have Kwanzaa celebrations, you know, the principles of unity and self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. You know, it's not something that's limited to a culture or a time of year. It's something that should be practiced every minute. Every minute. You know, if I could recreate the feeling and the attitudes of people this time of year, oh my goodness, if I could bottle that and sell it, it would be amazing. But one of the things I wanted to pass along was the areas and the establishments around the city that would be holding Kwanzaa festivities in case you want to reach out and touch, reach out and visit some of the events. We have the Kwanzaa Feast at the Amarachi restaurant in Brooklyn. Celebrate Kwanzaa at the Cream and Cocoa Creamery in Brooklyn. The Children's Kwanzaa Village. It's Saturday, December 29th at 12 o'clock at the New Lots Branch Library in Brooklyn. We have the Kwanzaa Fest, the National Sawdust at Brooklyn. It starts at 7 p.m. We also have the Ujamaa Kwanzaa Blast at the 5-Spot Soul Food, December 29th, Saturday. It starts, it's all day because it's a soul food restaurant in Brooklyn. We also have the Parkchester Annual Celebration of Kwanzaa at the St. Helena Church in the Bronx. My church also had Kwanzaa celebration this year, and you make your contributions, whether it's a baked item, whether it's a beverage, But the important thing is to show up and communicate with your neighbors, with your friends, with your fellow parishioners, with your museum mates. Take your family, take the kids along. There is an LGBT Kwanzaa celebration at the Judson Memorial Church in New York. It's December 30th. It starts at 1 p.m. Come celebrate Kwanzaa at the New Amsterdam Musical Association, December 28th, uptown. You know there are lots of Kwanzaa celebrations in Harlem, and I suggest that you do your own checking, because the few that I have here, I'm quite sure that it doesn't cover every event in every borough. But to keep going, in Queens, we have the APT Kwanzaa at Amazura, Queens. It starts at 6 p.m. You will note that some of the events are starting 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 in the afternoon, and it's more suitable for kids. If it's a restaurant and the events start 8, 9 o'clock, might want to leave the kids at home and sort of make it an adult affair. We have a youth open mic at Pennsylvania Avenue, Brooklyn. It's a Kwanzaa Word Up at Cafe Word Up. We have Staten Island Children's Museum, 1000 Richmond Terrace. That's Friday from 3 to 4. That's a children's event. The Brooklyn Music School, St. Felix Street in Fort Greene, all ages, holiday songs, Christmas songs, Hanukkah songs, Kwanzaa scenes and dancers and food and festivities. Please go out and celebrate. I'd like to remind you that we have Sandy Leach in Long Island. She is in Central Islip, and she has a museum, a Latin museum, and she is looking for contributions. She sent me an email. She's also looking for, and some of the Boy Scouts and some of the neighborhood kids, of course my grandsons have been over there helping out and moving things around for Sandy. Sandy does a lot of great work in the neighborhood, and I would appreciate anybody that would give her a call to stop by and give her a hand. We have, and I can't let this pass, we have a Kwanzaa celebration regeneration night. It's December 29th from 2 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. featuring Adele Salam's Forces of Nature Dance Theater with special guest Sonia Sanchez. And we have a special love for dancers around here. If you're checking some of the programs on BrooklynStation.com, you'll see that we've had May Chung. She tore this studio down. Sister Dubon has had some dancers in.
One of our DJs.
One of our DJs.
Yes.
But if you could see Holly dancing,
No.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Holly is a great dancer.
I break the camera.
She's a great dancer. Getting back to this celebration, I did not say that this was at the Apollo Theater. The Apollo Theater has the Kwanzaa celebration for the Regeneration Night with Sonia Sanchez and the Forces of Nature Dance Theater. Tickets are available Saturday, December 29th from 2 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Thank you again for sending me the notices of your events. I am so thrilled that you guys are contacting me. The Actors Temple Theater on West 47th Street, December 30th. They have a Funiki Jams holiday beat. And you should go by and check it out. They are singing carols, they're dancers, they're celebrating the Chinese New Year, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Stop by, join the celebration. Thank you, Holly. Oh, I love that. I love that.
You want more?
Yeah,
All right.
I love that. Christmas music. Because you know I got some more stuff to say.
Yeah.
I have been trying not to treat you like I treat my family at Christmas time. I'm a traditionalist. I am an American female, and I do those things that American females do that I was raised to do. I celebrate the traditions that I was raised to celebrate. I've heard over the holidays from some of my viewers that Christmas is a pagan holiday. It's not a holiday to be celebrated. And I'm quite sure that we all have our opinions of every holiday. But I'm doing what makes me happy, and I hope you're doing what makes you happy. There is no ulterior motive to my celebrating other than to enjoy the fruits of my labor and to make the people that I love bring some happiness to their lives, to make them happy. I live to make them happy, and I'm good at it, and I enjoy it. My gift is seeing the joy on other people's faces. Like Holly when she opens her gift.
Home Alone.
She goes, I did it already, with the Home Alone face.
Yes, thank you so much.
But you know, as you reflect on the old year, it's about to expire. And to help establish where we are, where we were, and where we're headed. You know, we reflect on all these things. And life is serious. It's a lot of fun in life, but it's serious. It's like, what do you want to accomplish this year? What did you accomplish last year? What's on your personal agenda? You know, what were your bills this time a year ago? Are you more or less in debt than a year ago? What about your savings or investments? Did you save or invest more than last year? Now, these are questions that I ask myself, and I ask people that know me. If not, improve your well-being. You know, make it a habit to do something good for yourself. You know, before you buy something, ask, is it a wise purchase? Is it a more lucrative investment? Should that money go elsewhere? Could it be saved? If you look at your financial situation and it's not good news, don't get depressed. I know we have a tendency to get depressed, but instead, let it motivate you to improve things, to improve your life, to improve your finances, your financial life. Look for the positives. You might say that there are no positives in being broke, but you're still alive. You got a chance to get it right. If you've paid off a credit card, that's good. If you're still paying down your credit, that's good. Compare the balance to where you were at the end of last year with where you are now. Just make sure you keep paying down the balance. You know, some credit cards will pay off the old balance. Just track your spending. It's important. I know it's important to me. And I am going to try to practice what I preach. Check your credit report. Don't get suckered into paying for a credit report because all the major reporting agencies have them for free. And don't be afraid of what you see. It's your credit report. You created it. You must know your credit rating. Sometimes the truth hurts, y'all. But knowing the truth is the only way to make it better. And like I said about, you know, putting your ducks in order. I know it's going to take a little effort, but we got to get it done. In what ways you were able to improve yourself in 2018? Did you complete an educational course? And just for your information, Harvard, MIT, Notre Dame, Stanford, and many, many more notable colleges offer free courses online. Take some. Boost your knowledge. Boost your skills. And by doing so, you can only boost your income. Just think about it. Take that first step. Sometimes you have to sacrifice. You know, and I know ladies, when I look at my habits, you know, that salon, that manicurist, that, yeah. Come on, we can take the money for that new purse and the sneakers and dinner out and, you know, that gel manicure as opposed to that regular manicure and those hot stones and, you know, you go to the manicurist, they're like 12 different pedicures. And of course the price increases. So come on, think about saving it. You know, think about that, doing it yourself for a minute. Perhaps you met new people or made new friends or business contacts. Use your successes to build momentum. And that's on every level. You know, even on a personal level. I know sometimes you sit there and you say, oh, just give me another half an hour, just give me another hour. The hour passes, 2 hours passes, and you really haven't gotten it done. But think about it. It's okay to procrastinate, everybody does, you know, but just don't make it a habit. Seek to overcome the issues like procrastination that's holding you back. You know, bad habits, we all have them. I don't drink enough water, I don't go to the gym enough, and of course, I know you're busy, you're professional men, women, students, and you have a full life. But you gotta make that extra effort for yourself. You know, a better you makes everything around you better. Don't be afraid that you don't know something. It's the only way you're gonna learn. And you know what? Make a new friend. You endear a coworker, a relative. Reach out and help somebody. You know when you see something that needs to be done, lend a hand. You know? And if you don't know something, ask somebody. Call him. Ask Holly. Holly knows everything. Holly knows everything. But send us an email if there's something that you really want to know. Like the woman last week who, when the Affordable Care Act was declared unconstitutional, she was a little afraid. What's going to happen to my coverage? What's going to happen to my coverage? As I said, I don't have all the answers. But send me an email. and I'll make sure we point you in the right direction. That's the least we can do around here. So, Holly,
Yes.
can we have another Eleanore Mills tune? How about that?
Do you have any Christmas? Any?
No, I haven't. Yes, ma'am. You know, we were talking about Christmas tunes. Our good friend Clayton Bryant, Will You Care, released a Christmas carol. He was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he sang it for us. Do we have it?
You want to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
No, I don't, but I can get it.
You don't? Clayton Bryant.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome.
How are we coming? I also want to keep talking to you, like I said, as I talk to my family until... Oh, there we go.
I got you.
Oh, okay.
Coming up next.
So she's playing my tune. Has nothing to do with Christmas.
Well,
It's
you
called
want-
Something's on Your Mind. Let's hear it.
And something is on your mind.
Something's on my mind. How about some volume?
You want to talk?
We
You want
can
to
work
talk?
it out. I want to hear it.
All right.
Yes, it is. Bringing me That's Tommy Keith. Oh, platinum. Got a special love for guitar. Holly at work. This is Clayton Bryant, one of the few artists that's released a Christmas carol this year.
There we go.
Yeah.
I want to hear that bass.
Yeah, he's awesome. Love it, love it. you care? Ask yourself, will you care? I care. Holly says she does too. We all need to care a little more. So getting back to my Christmas dissertation, as I take my family through and a self check at the end of the year. And I won't take you through this New Year's because I'll let you have your New Year's. I'll let you have your resolutions, and I hope you keep them. And maybe after hearing some of the things that I've said tonight about reflecting on the year that's about to expire to help establish where we are, where we were, and where we're headed. You know, I mentioned your bills, your finances, your credit report, the sacrifices you might have to make, and savings. But I want to remind you, as I reminded you back in September, the end of the year is a good time to check in on your health. You know, use any health benefits your medical insurance plan has available before they expire, like the dental or vision or your overall health. You know, you still got a little time to look into this. Entering the new year, knowing the status of your physical health can provide peace of mind. Peace of mind. If health changes are suggested by a doctor, get it checked out. Get a second or third opinion. It's the perfect time to make the changes. You know, think about you. Without you, nothing really works. Take care of you. And you know that we just got a ton of stuff for Christmas. We got a ton of stuff for Christmas, and it's only going to add to the stuff that you already have. And we have too much stuff. It can be a burden rather than enrich us. So clear the clutter. Clean up. Declutter. Downsize. It has so much value in preparing you for the new year. And that's mentally and physically. You know, there is information overload these days between our computer phones and our computers and our jobs and wherever you are. So declutter. There's so much value in preparing you for the new year, mentally and physically, as I said, making space for new ideas and new clothes by getting rid of the old ones that you don't wear, that you're just holding until you lose that 60 pounds. Yeah, I'm speaking from experience. Yes, I know I'll get an email from somebody. My mother used to say, if you ball your fist up, you know, it's true nothing can get in, but nothing can get out either. You know, loosen up. Loosen up. And don't forget that one random act. You know? Will you buy new clothes in the coming year? You know you are. But get rid of the ones you haven't worn in a year first. If you're an avid reader, gift a book that you love to somebody that, you know, can learn the lesson that you did from it. You know, from somebody that, give it to somebody that'll enjoy it like you did. Rather than have it collect dust, just sit there on the shelf. You know, I've done that with a few books. Back to Eden, The Power of Now. Those books are so great that I would tell people about them, and of course they'd want to read it, and I'd pass it on, and I'd have to buy myself another copy. Some books are like that. So gift those kinds of books. Pass along that self-help knowledge. Decluttering has a mental and therapeutic benefit as well. Decluttering. Get familiar with that word. Less stuff creates less weight on your mind and in your spirit. Stuff takes space, maintenance, and can quickly outweigh the benefits. Buzzy used to say, Buzzy was a horn man we worked with on the road for a while. He said, hey, I own only what I can carry. Musicians being vagabonds sometimes. But decluttering and financial security often start by, just asking yourself, do I really need this? Is this really important? Is this something I gotta have? Is this something I need, or is it something I want? Is it gonna be thrown away in a week or two? Like kids with new toys. Right? Yeah. I'm guilty of that. I'm basically talking to myself because I'm guilty of all these things. I want to get back to checking your finances and investments. It's more complex than just looking at the balance in your checkbook or your monthly statement. Establish where you are right now at the end of the year. What are your total debts? The balance on your mortgage, car loans, credit cards, department store cards, and other personal debt. How much would it be? Now, add up your savings and investments. What do they amount to? Is anything wrong with that picture? It's time to change that attitude and take care of you. Get some of those ducks in order if you haven't. I know some of you are on it, but there are some of us who are a little off the schedule, a little off the wagon. I got to remind you that before you know it, tax time will be here. So evaluate those taxes as well. No end of the year financial checkup would be complete without an evaluation of your taxes. Some folks can get away with it. I won't mention any names or anything. But you and I, we've got to be on the tax situation. How can you best position yourself in the new year to minimize your taxes? That's a good question. It's what I asked myself. How can I best position myself in the new year to minimize my taxes? Being a single professional woman without dependents. If you don't have investments, Uncle Sam will take, 45% of every dollar, 45 cents of every dollar. So you got to be investing. You've got to take care of your personal finances. I can speak from experience that getting things in order is a lot easier before they become a problem. So think about what you have to do. And I know some of you are behind. But take care of those problems before they get out of hand. As my mother would say, nip it in the bud. And I'm quite sure you've heard that too. You heard that? Yeah? Nip it in the bud. So ringing in the new year, we know everybody has a computer in their pocket. And if you don't know something, you can look it up anytime. Google it. At the very least, Learn a new word or a new fact every day. Open up your mind. And if you've got that computer in your hand, and that computer, as I said, at work, at home, I'm quite sure that you're tuning in. You're getting a lot of useful information and a lot of useless information. And it's important what you let up there. Keep the garbage out. Recognize that you are a sparkling present from the cosmos. And it's time to unwrap yourself and share yourself with the entire world. What? You're gonna burst. That's right. You're a starburst. That's right. All over the place. You know? You see what's out there now, and you know, I'm from that old school era. You know, we're very respectful. Yes, ma'am. In fact, I have lots of friends that still say yes, ma'am. You know, Ralph Bransaforte, you're one of those. You're very respectful. I appreciate it. But sometimes I have to remind myself to just let it go. You know, a lot of those old school practices don't work anymore. They didn't work then. You know? They didn't work then. You know the difference in right and wrong. You know your gut feelings. You basically know what to do. And a lot of those practices are moot. They're out the window. They are no longer relevant. And you know what I'm talking about. Sing love songs to your soul. It's not about carrying a tune. It's about playing the symphony that is you. You know, there are a lot late bloomers out there because I get the emails. Treasure your loved ones, even when they seem unlovable. It's in those toughest moments that they're saying most loudly, somebody please love me. You know, parents, adults look at kids sometimes and they say, they're acting up. They're acting smart. Stop acting smart. You know, I was talking to some ladies the other day and we said, in our generation, if we had recognized postpartum depression, if we had recognized bipolar, ADHD, a lot of illnesses that today we know what they are, autism, Alzheimer's. You know, imagine the stigmas that were placed on people because we didn't know. Ask somebody. Treat people better. Much better. Look beyond what you think you see. Look each day in the mirror knowing what you are is love made visible. You like that?
I was thinking about that 2 days ago. That's ironic you say that.
Yeah? Let me repeat it.
Yes.
Look each day in the mirror, knowing what you are is love made visible. And that one got a reaction from Holly. She said she was thinking about that. And you know, around this time of year, we all think about all those good things, all those feelings that, you know, some of the guys are afraid to go there. You know, those mushy feelings don't make you less of a man or less of a woman or less strong or less dependable.
I love you more if you say it.
You know?
Please. Say
Really?
it more. Say it more.
Really, just say it.
Yes.
Let it
Own
go.
it, baby.
You know, there's no time like the present. You know, I know it's difficult sometimes. Some people have, you know, some people have been so good to me that nothing that I could do could ever pay them back. And some people have been so bad to me that, you know, whether you avoid them or whether you do good in return, you know, you've got to face these things and you've got to deal with it. Learn from it. You know, face it head on. Whether you can or whether you cannot. You know, at my age, at my time in life, there are a lot of things that I'm looking at that I say I can't do it as well as I used to. I can't roller skate or inline skate or whatever. Whatever that thing is. Accept those shortcomings. You know, accept that you can no longer do those things, but you can do other things. But make sure you're doing positive things. Know you are an angel and an ancestor with this planet. Your presence here and now makes a difference, while at the same time leaving an echo of perfection for those who are yet to be born. You know, there's more to life than your carbon footprint. You know, almost everything you do leaves a footprint. You know, you drop something on the street, that cigarette butt, that gum paper, that, you know, not giving up to give that elderly lady, that pregnant lady, that elderly gentleman a seat. You made somebody uncomfortable. You spoke in a way that wasn't acceptable or should not have been. Think about what you do. It affects everybody and everything. Find adventure in every day and notice how your courage to do new things, whether big or small, inspires others to unwrap themselves for the world too. You know, you think good thoughts, do good things, one small random act of kindness. And I hope that, you know, you thought about the big, beautiful girls uptown making a contribution to Lisa and her charitable organization. I want to keep charities out there. You know, you see the Red Cross, you see the Salvation Army. You know, there are so many things that have turned us against giving because there's so much corruption and, you know, the funds don't usually go to the cause. You know, like the homeless gentleman, the scams that we've been reading about in the newspapers, no matter where they come from. Everybody seems to be go-funding something without a purpose these days except the purpose of themselves. Realize that every sadness comes the blessing to have your heart cracked wide open. You're going to experience those things, and we talk about them. And those sadnesses make us even more appreciative and thankful for the good times, like the holidays. One of the great mysteries in life is that by feeling our suffering, we also invite the possibility of feeling great joy. You know, joy comes in the morning. Suffering and joy are your partners in wholeness. I used to say that it was so unfair to have to experience the good things and the sadness and the bad things at the same time. But that's life. You know, and being an adult, you've got to accept them, as I said, deal with them, and if there are younger people in your life that have to experience these things, make sure you explain, are there for them. to let them know that it's no bed of roses, but you gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep going. Delight in the knowing that your light has already illuminated darkened paths. Your gaze has already lifted broken spirits, and your gentle light has changed the destiny of all you have touched. And in some way, whoever we come in contact with, we leave an impression. They touch our lives and we touch theirs. And you know, one of the things that I found out about myself this year, you know, I've had to deal with a situation that I really did not want to deal with. And I sort of acted up. I wasn't disrespectful. You know, I didn't yell and scream. But I made my feelings known in a way that I should have been more adult. But I wasn't. I didn't throw a tantrum. But I let my feelings be known, and I'm not comfortable getting upset. You know, I've always walked away from not a fight per se, but some people like controversy. So I've always walked away from those people. Life is better without it. Keep the awareness alive that you carry the peace of the world within yourself. H.E. Kamiko. Peace starts with us. Peace starts with you. That's one lesson I learned from you, Kamiko. It ain't easy. Remember that the force moving the stars is the same force that moves the human heart. Now, you know, as I was reading this, I start to get emotional. But embrace this cosmic view and you'll know that there is a force alive in all things. You know, just open yourself up to people, to the movement of your heart, realizing that you are a necessary part of the, of life, of the connection, the interconnectedness of life. You know, you make a very small part of it. But so do I and the next person, and before you know it, we have a street, a town, a village, a state, a country. We're all a necessary part of it. And I don't want you to forget it. And I want to remind you that you're watching, you're listening to Evenings with Eleanore on brooklynstation.com. You can reach us also at King and Queen Radio. You can call us at 718-676-0820 or 718-253-4239. Let us know what's going on your holiday season. You can also see us at livestream.com, KNQ Radio, and youtube.com, King and Queen Radio. I thank you for watching us, for tuning in, and Michelle must be lost, or we will have to reschedule Michelle. But Holly, I'd like if you could lift the spirits right now with something lively. How about that? That's lively, Holly?
You don't want Ray Charles?
Of course I do.
That's Ray Charles.
Of course I
You
do.
want something lively? Okay. Okay.
Ray Charles what?
It was Ray Charles' Spirit of Christmas.
No.
No.
Lift me up.
Okay.
Lift
okay.
me up. I just want to remind you that, you know, it's a good time, the end of the year, to think about doing good things for yourself and others. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. What we got? Uh-oh, here we go. Let's hear it. How about some volume?
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Yeah.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad.
Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my
Hey! Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Thank you, Holly. That was very nice.
You're welcome.
That was very nice. You know, I'd like to have the camera
No,
um,
no, not on vacation.
to show the entire studio
Oh, God.
because we do have dancing. I mean,
No, no, no.
and when I said that, people started to run. I mean, literally run.
I said no.
But it's a lot of fun around here. I just want to remind you that BrooklynStation.com here at King and Queen Radio, we do have a studio facility. If you're interested in recording your project, it's a beautiful studio. How many tracks are downstairs? No?
Under renovation.
Oh, we are under renovation. They are expanding. Oh, that's awesome. It was beautiful, let me tell you. And if it's going to be even more beautiful, you got to check it out. One of the things that we were talking about over the holidays is people coming together. And of course, we're all sitting at the dinner table. We're sitting on the chairs, and you know, we've all graduated from that children's table to the dinner table to that couch watching the TV, watching the game. And everybody was thinking about, ¿qué pasa? Everybody was thinking about a subject. So we were thinking about what we could come up with. Where are you going?
Where you want to go?
No, I want to go right here. It's over.
Sure.
I wanted to show the dancing. You guys were really getting down in there. I wanted to show it.
I didn't know that.
But what we were discussing over the holidays is, you know, people are upset. People are having difficulty coming to conclusions, and they have different opinions about what's going on in the world today. I mean, from the school system, the education system, political system, medical system. So somebody at the dinner table said, what's something that everybody, absolutely everyone in the entire world can agree on? And I'm asking my viewers right now, my listening audience and my viewer audience, to answer this question with me. What is something that everybody, absolutely everyone in the entire world can agree on? And the person with the best answer, we are prepared to give you an Evenings with Eleanore tote. Aha! That's a surprise. Didn't know we were getting into merchandising, did you? Once again, I'd like to repeat that question to all my viewers. What is something that everyone, absolutely everyone in the entire world can agree on? That's the question of the day. And the best answer, thank you, we would like to pass along.
Oh, it's not in front of the camera.
We would like to pass along an Evenings with Eleanore tote. There you go. Holly is modeling.
HSN, Home
Holly,
Shopping
the
Network.
modeling.
Home Shopping Network, baby, represent.
Sorry. BrooklynStation.com.
Straight cheese, Lane Bryant.
We are modeling.
Lane
Evenings
Bryant.
with Eleanore tote.
Up, forget the back. Gotta do the back. Hip hip.
What is something that everyone, absolutely everyone in the entire world can agree on? The person with the best answer will receive an Evenings with Eleanore tote. It's a great quality bag. Great quality bag. So give us a call. Email us at eveningswitheleanore@gmail.com. Answer the question, what's something that everyone, absolutely everyone in the entire world can agree on? Person with the best answer, please leave your answer. Preferably an email address. We'll get back to you. I don't know, Holly, what do you suppose is a good length of time for the answers to coming in? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
I mean, yeah, or you could just speed it up and do a week because the end of the year is basically next week. Like,
No, we don't have to worry about the end of the year. We can do this a week after New Year's because I need time to get the answers in. I mean, this is like 40 million folks. I mean, all over the place. So I'm assuming by the time we get some translations, by the time they hear the program, whether it's today, tomorrow, yesterday, wherever they are, send us your answer to eveningswitheleanore@gmail.com. What's something that everyone, absolutely everyone in the entire world can agree on, and pick up your Evenings with Eleanore tote. Holly,
yes.
would you please give me another track from the E-Tracks? I just wanted to say hello to Robert Aaron. He was also my guest last week. We had an interview, we had a phone call remotely. Robert is a musician living in New York, writer, composer, producer. We've worked together on a few tracks. I thank you, Robert, for calling in. Much success with your latest release.
Oh, okay, hold on. Thank you, hold on.
I understand we have a caller.
Yes, it's for the question.
Who do we have? For the question.
Yes.
Is the caller there?
Yes,
Who am I speaking with, please?
I'm Marie.
Marie?
I'm Marie.
Anne Marie. Where are you calling from, Anne Marie?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Home. So, answer the question, Anne Marie. But before you answer the question, I'd like to know, are you a student? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Anne Marie. What do you do?
I'm a home essay.
I'm sorry?
I'm a home essay.
Oh, that's wonderful. Reaching out to help somebody, that's a great thing to do, believe me.
Thank you.
So what do you believe that's something that everybody in the world can agree on is?
Christmas Day, Santa Claus, and gifts for the entire family, and getting together with the whole family. Relatives, friends, and everybody gets together and call each other and try to unite, try to connect.
That's awesome. Is that how you spent your holiday?
Actually, yes.
That's awesome. What part of Brooklyn are you in?
By Milcom Heights.
Awesome. We were just talking about the Kwanzaa celebrations taking place in Crown Heights.
Yes, I heard.
So, do you celebrate Kwanzaa or do you celebrate Christmas?
Christmas really, not Kwanzaa.
I celebrate Christmas, but if you're like me, you have friends that celebrate every holiday.
Yes, I do.
And if you're like me, I sort of take the best of holidays and make them my own. Whether it's the food of different cultures, the music of different cultures, the habits of different cultures around the holidays, they all seem to be lovely and caring. I'm so pleased that you called in, and I really love your answer.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So,
Thanks for taking my call.
oh, I would love to take your call every time you call in. You're a homie.
She in the bag?
Thank you so much. Yeah, of course, you understand we have to get a few more answers in, but give us your contact information, your email address, and we'll get back to you. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate that. But you know what I think? I think we're going to send you a bag anyway, so just leave your email address.
Okay, I will.
Thank you so much, Anne-Marie.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Have a happy holiday.
Happy holidays to you too. Thank you.
That was really sweet. Really sweet. So the first answer was, what's something that everyone, absolutely everyone in the entire world can agree on? She said, Santa Claus, Christmas, and gifts for the family. I appreciate that answer. I'm not sure everyone believes in Santa Claus. Culture-wise or religion-wise, but I appreciate her answer, and I appreciate her being the first caller. So, of course, we're going to send a bag out to Anne Marie. Anne Marie, thank you so much for listening, and all the folks in Crown Heights. We know that area well, and we visit that area often. You too? You live in Crown Heights? Awesome! Awesome! I love it! I love it! You know, one of the things that one of my viewers sent me an email, and she asked me how I felt about the protesters. Now, being a child of the 60s, there were a lot of protests in the 60s. But her question was specifically how I felt about protesters interrupting diners at restaurants and other public places. I know you've been reading about that recently. You know, protesters showing up at restaurants. If there's a policymaker happen to be dining in an establishment and they're upset, they've invaded, or they will go into the restaurant and accost the party. I'm not sure if this is something that is going to become a practice. I know that it hasn't happened a half a dozen times. I think it's only happened 3 or 4 times. I think that there are going to be new laws to address this. You are on property that's not really public property. These are privately owned businesses open to the public. There are rules and regulations. I understand not agreeing with somebody's politics. But we've all been in the same room with people we don't care for. We don't particularly agree with their opinions, their beliefs. You should be entitled to a peaceful meal. If I were sitting next to Miss Sanders in a restaurant, I would not disrupt her meal, but then I'm an old school lady. I wouldn't want it done to me. Of course, I'm never going to do anything to upset someone to the point of my dinner being interrupted. At least I hope I won't do that. But no, I think you should be able to dine in peace. But I do appreciate the protesters expressing their views. There is a platform for that. I think you should follow the law, the rule of law on protesting. As I said, I don't think you should interrupt somebody's dinner or go in a restaurant. But that's why we live in America. We have those rights. But it's up to you to use your discretion, to be respectful, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you, even though it's a politician that you don't agree with, or any other instance that you don't agree with. I suggest you be respectful and treat people the way you want to be treated. And on that note, Holly, can you lift this up? That sounds like a...
Yes, baby. You'll never
Please.
guess. You'll never guess.
Okay. I love it. I love it. that Sunday in church.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ironic. What? This is so beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
My monks? What? Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Take your bow.
I want opera next. You like opera?
Kidding me? Tosca is my favorite. That's BrooklynStation.com, KingandQueenRadio.com. Let us hear from you. 718-253-4239, 718-676-0820. Merry Christmas. Pavarotti.
Opera singer. What? You don't know him? What? No, you don't know. You don't know him.
He's passed now, but he was the top of the top. Right? He was amazing.
What? No, of course. Sing it for me.
Yeah.
For what? Opera.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He studied Metropolitan Opera. He's bel canto. He's the best of the best. Oh, yeah. He was the greatest ever.
Yes.
What's your name?
Did you get the hit a while ago?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I distracted you.
No, you did not distract me at all.
Okay, good.
No.
I was the one that called.
I know, I got everything. I was very relaxed. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yes. But then, you know, the echo, so she said to me to go around together.
Oh, no, it's just relaxed, you know, and my guest fell out on me today, so I have to just do more.
Oh, yes, you said.
I don't know why people think that they can just cancel. It's
At the
like,
last minute. That's not right.
I know, but, you know, we get through it.
Yes, and you're doing a good
But
job.
we're
anyway.
good.
Yes, yes.
I got enough music to last.
That's right. That's right. And you have enough entertainment.
Yeah, you know, Holly's the best.
Yes.
She's the best.
Yes.
Oh, he ain't seen yet. He's coming. He's up next. I ain't playing.
Yes.
Where you from?
You mean like the country or it's Jamaica? Yes.
My husband would only go to Jamaica when we would go on vacation. He's passed now. But he said, I'm not going anywhere where they're prejudiced against me. He said, I'm not spending my money where they are prejudiced against me. So he would always go to the Caribbean.
Yes.
He loved Jamaica.
Oh,
Loved
that's
Jamaica.
good. That's good.
He would be down there. He played ball, so he was with the deputy prime minister's son, and he was with a lot of the acts down there, you know.
Yes.
So he loved it.
Yes.
Loved Jamaica.
Oh, well, that was good then. That was good. Yeah, I'm sorry you passed.
Yeah, me too. But like 12 now.
That's a while.
Long while.
Yes. About 2 years now, my mother passed. And she was a teacher, so she loved the song, Come, let go.
Oh yeah, little drummer boy.
Yes.
Yeah, little drummer boy.
Yes, so I remember her trying to know it because she always said, yes, strong
That
voice.
is beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, very good.
Bravo!
Yes.
Bravo! Bravissimo! Bravissimo! Bravo! Greatest of all time.
Thank you.
Luciano Pavarotti.
What?
Thank you, Holly.
Oh,
I
there's more. You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
Oh my God.
We have more.
Yes.
We have more. Merry Christmas again, everybody. You're watching Evenings with Eleanore at brooklynstation.com and King and Queen Radio.
I'll put you on the air when I like it.
Welcome.
Hold on. Thank you very much. Hold on, please. I got a fan. She loves Pavarotti.
I understand we have a caller.
Yes, she loves Pavarotti.
Is the caller there?
Yes.
Yes, it is, Eleanor. This is Cynthia Niles, a.k.a. Reverend Cynthia Niles. How you doing?
Well, how are you?
I'm blessed
I
in the
love
Lord.
opera. Thank you.
I'm
So-
just enjoying music.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holiday to you. I mean, and I continue to keep playing. Was that Pavarotti?
Yes,
Oh, my
absolutely.
God. I love opera.
So do I. What's your favorite opera?
Well, you know
Ave
something?
Maria, Ave Maria.
It's not Christmas.
Oh.
But I love It's a Man's World with James Brown and Pavarotti.
Oh, awesome.
I got Ave Maria though. All right, I'm gonna find it.
Awesome. If Holly can find it,
I'll find it.
if Holly can find it, we'll play it for you.
I'm gonna find it.
Absolutely.
So where are you now, Cynthia?
Yes, or anything by the Temptations.
Oh,
Played that
okay.
earlier.
That already.
From Pavarotti
I
to the
played that earlier.
Temptations.
I played that
Oh,
earlier.
yeah,
Awesome.
I know that I run the spectrum. Remember we were in the orchestra together.
That's right.
We
That's
were in
right.
orchestra. Oh, it's so great to hear you. I'm
That's
so proud
right.
of the things that you're doing, baby.
So now tell me, where are you now? Are you in New York?
Both places. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I also live in New York.
Awesome.
Are
Awesome.
we at air?
You've got to stop by the station.
I told her she's one of here.
Fantastic.
I told her.
Oh, do you have the song for Cynthia?
Yeah.
Oh, Cynthia, she's going to play your song right now.
But I told her she's on the air.
Okay.
I told her to put on the air.
Okay, well,
So, Cynthia, you know, we've got to get you to stop by the station.
Okay.
You know, and you know we're on Wednesday nights from 9 to 11. And Wednesday's child is full of whoa! So when you get a chance, you know, drop me a note and let me know when you'd like to stop down.
fantastic.
Would be awesome.
Oh,
But wait a minute, now Holly's going to play your tune.
man.
So this one's just for you. Merry Christmas.
You're welcome. I love you too. Merry
Also,
Christmas.
happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, Happy everything. God bless you. Sorry.
Can we have some volume, Holly?
Is she gonna stay on the phone? I don't wanna.
Not until the song. Can you hear us? Okay.
Okay, this is WMO. I'll text you my phone.
Okay, do that.
Okay?
Do that. Oh, enjoy the song. I love it. James!
Chickens over the road.
She read
I hope
my
you're
mind.
listening, Herbert Rawlins.
Man made the train. Hear the heavy
But
load.
I forgot they sung together. And then I had
Man made the
Abba
black and white.
Yeah.
Chickens out of the dark. And man made the boat over water. Like my Bible said, Noah.
Yeah.
This is a man's world.
Yeah, James.
Yes. His voice is so rich.
I love it.
Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy.
I love it.
Man thinks I'm happy because
What?
What? Make them toy. Man, what happened? They have a baby kid.
Very white.
Man, they little peso. Shout
Another one of yours.
five of every good woman.
Let's hit it to
Every man.
Cynthia.
Ooh, this is a man's world. He's lost in the wilderness. He's lost.
Yeah.
This is a man's world.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
Oh, awesome. James Brown, Luciano Pavarotti. It's a man's world. Oh, that is awesome. For Cynthia Niles. The Temps.
That's the volume right there. Go back and forth.
Dennis Edwards. Thanks for calling in, Cynthia. This one's for you. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for calling in. Jerome Rickenbacker. Thank you so much. Looking forward to hearing that material. You're watching Evenings with Eleanore. You're listening to Evenings with Eleanore on BrooklynStation.com, King and Queen Radio. We're here every Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Join us. That's got to be one of the longest intros ever. It just unfolds. It's called Arrangement. It's called Arrangement.
That day I'll always remember. Yes, I will. Oh, there was a day that my daddy died. I never got a chance to see him. Never heard nothing but bad things about him. Mama, I'm depending on you. Tell me the truth.
What we got?
Request phone call.
Is the caller there?
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night. Who am I speaking
Hello,
with?
good night.
Good night.
Yes,
Who am I speaking with? Hello?
yes, you're speaking with Lady Zena.
Lady Zena.
Lady Zena, you're speaking
Merry
with.
Christmas. How are you? Hello?
Merry Christmas to you, and I want to say you're doing such a beautiful show. I love your show, and I want to wish you coming into the New Year's the best. And I tell you, everyone is talking, and I love it so much. And I want to thank you for being part of the BrooklynStation.com, KingandQueenRadio.com, and 93.5 FM. And I just want to tell you, your show is great, fantastic. Keep up the good work, and I love you. Continue the best show on the station.
Zena, that
Thank you.
is a Christmas gift in itself. To have you call in, this is a Christmas gift in itself. And every day I thank you for the opportunity. Believe me, you saw something that nobody else saw, and I'm totally
Well,
grateful.
I am so happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here, believe me. And thank you for letting Holly work with me. I love her. I love it. Thank you, Zena.
Oh, she keep you busy. That's my sweetheart.
Yes, she will. She knows her stuff. Yeah.
Okay, good night, ladies.
Thank you, Zena. We'll talk to you soon.
Tell your daughter hello.
Thank you for
And
the
your
cake.
grandson.
I love it. Thank you so much. I will. I just want to leave you with a little humor. You know, Popeye's Chicken has support chickens at the airport. FYI. Not to make little of the emotional support animals that are needed on certain flights. But Popeyes, we thank you for the emotional support chickens at the airport, and I appreciate the humor. We can all use a little laugh. But getting back to Cynthia Niles' song, we thank you, Cynthia, for calling in. Of course, The Temptations is one of our favorite groups, from the original Temptations to Temptation groups all over the world. We love you. We love the music. And of course, Motown, you have our heart. Always. We want to thank you once again for joining us at Evenings with Eleanor. All our callers, our viewers, our listeners, we thank you so much for joining in with us. We've got lots and lots of great acts coming in on the station. Of course, I have to get used to the remote calls. That's new for me. We'll try to make it a little more exciting around here in the new year. But you have my undying gratitude, my eternal thanks, and thanking my guests back from September 12th. Rob Duncan, we know you're doing well out there. Congratulations on your new tour. Caleb Johnson, thank you so much for showcasing your tune on our show. Robert Margolis, we want to thank you. And Masumi Yamamoto, we want to thank you for dropping by the station. Trevor, we thank you, Trevor Lawrence, for dropping by to visit with us. Essie, we understand that you have a new track out. Contact us, let us hear it, send us the links, we're on your side. I'd like to thank Aaron Williams for keeping in touch, and I understand Chanel was on your show the other night. Chanel, we love you. We're on the same label. Congratulations to Eddie Easy Coleman on your new releases. I've been reading about it, listening to the station. Big O from Seattle, we're looking forward to having you in New York and on the show, O. Come on, who you gonna call? Big O. Thank you, Holly. I want to thank the staff around the station for all your help this year, for making September 12th to December 26th some of the greatest times of my life. I want to thank all my guests, my family. I want to thank the guys for supporting me, for your friendship, and keep those emails coming in to eveningswitheleanor@gmail.com. And KK Tavares, I'm looking for you in another couple of weeks. God bless. Happy holidays. We'll see you after New Year's.